microphone out? Just kidding. Ah, damn it. I always forget to do something. Hang on a second. Alright, this is the first and maybe only midnight podcast, and I got a microphone. Let's look in here. I'm gonna give my choppers a little brush. So where's the mic? Right there, right? Nope, right there, right? Right there, right? There, right? There. Got it. Cool. Well, I wanted to start this week with a song, but since it's midnight, I'm gonna give my neighbors a break. I've written 2,619 poems. That's a lot of poems. Huh? I'm about to publish another book of poetry as well. Yeah, it's been quite an adventure. Oh, let me tell you about my life. You know, who's this guy? What's he talking about? What's he doing? I think I look better on camera too. So. What do I do now? Yeah, I thought about starting off at the very beginning for people who have no idea who I am, just to catch them up. But I'm not going to do that right now, because that's boring and people will know me on Instagram and on Facebook. So I'm going to start off right where I am. I published a section of my book a couple days ago, and it was basically the section that I printed out a lot over the last years and used myself on guitar. Yeah, it's called Soloing Made Simple. Yeah, basically it's like pages 5 through 17 of the book, I think. Yeah, because I don't know, maybe somebody just wants that. You know, they don't want to mess around with the ukulele part of it or the bass guitar part of it. They just want to look at that. So that's fine by me. That's the part that I use, the 6-string guitar part. It shows you how to play the lead in every key. Yeah, it's a great system that I figured out and penned and used to play leads in any key. So basically what you get is you got a fretboard, right? There's 24 frets, there's 6 strings. So there's note options that you have all across the fretboard. In the key of A, key of A sharp, key of B, key of C, and certain notes are in every key. An easy one to remember is the key of C is all of the natural notes, A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. There's no sharps and there's no flats. So you can start there if you want. So like on a piano, that would be all the white keys. That's why it sounds okay, like when you play the white keys all together, the black keys, that's the key of C. So I took all the note options in every key and just wrote them, 1 through 6 for 6 strings. And so like open, I wrote 0. So on the E string, for instance, you can play the open string is E. You can play first fret is F, third fret is G, fifth fret is A, and so on and so forth. So you don't have to think about it or think about letters. You just look at your guitar fretboard and you think of numbers because they're numbered, and you look at my system and you see the numbers there on the page, and you know notes that you can play. You just go. Every song is in a different key, so you just turn to the page that you want to play this. The key page of the song that you want to play, and then you can add. Say you only know the chords to a song that you're writing. You want a key of E. You know it's in the key of E. Or you say you don't know, and then you can use my page that says E, and then I'll show you. Like, and then you can use like this page right there. So yeah, if you had a song in the key of E, that page right there would help you be able to play a lead in that key. On the regional blues. You walk up with a band like you've never known before with that page, and if they're like, play it, we're playing in E. You can just and you can play around that. You can just fit in like in an instant. It's pretty fun. Yeah. I didn't quite know how great it was until I taught an old timer years ago that raved about it. He said he had been playing like all his life and he wished he had found something like this. Because what people do when they don't have this is they generally play one of two ways. They either play by ear or they play scales. Yeah, or they just don't. Or they just don't play. Or they play, other people's music. They don't create their own music. Yeah, an ear only gets you so far. It's real tough to know the whole entire fretboard by ear without knowing any notes at all, like reference. How somebody could do that? You know what I mean? I bet they could, probably with a key or two, but to play in every key like that, all 12 major keys, I think that'd be impossible without having the note options in front of you written down like that. Or memorized. You can either memorize all, 6 strings up to the 24th fret if you got one. And that for 12 keys, that would be pretty sweet. That would be like, because then you could play any song, anytime, anywhere, with anybody. And when I say play any song, I mean you could try to find a song you hear, and then just noodle around in it and play lead or solos in the song. Which is sometimes a lot of fun because some songs just don't have any lead, don't have anything they don't have a good guitar, so it's good to have them. You know Shaq has toe fungus? I was thinking about Shaquille O'Neal and how he's doing those toe fungus commercials. Because don't ask me how exactly it came up, but Grok said that Shaq has toe fungus. So I started thinking about it and I was like, yeah, he's been in these toe fungus commercials for like decades and decades. It's probably not a good thing if he keeps getting toe fungus. If he keeps his medicine. And why do people buy it? If he keeps getting reoccurring toe fungus. Anyways, it could be doing more harm than it is good. But I had some toe fungus and I've been putting this organic tea tree oil on it. And this is some powerful stuff. This looks rad. I think it's gone. So I'm gonna drop a couple of my toes. Then I got some crazy things to tell you. That you're probably not gonna believe. You might. Tea tree oil, organic tea tree oil. One more thing though before we get to that. I'm going to fill up this bottle of olive oil. This way. Got some organic red wine going on, and this, which is green tea, Imperial Organic Green Tea. I also steeped it in cardamom, ground organic cardamom, and orange peel. but that's a tiny bit fuzzy from time to time. I don't know. It looks like last time it worked out okay, and I put the files on my website with the audio and the video of podcast one, so that's the intent this time. Hopefully all will work as planned again. So, let me can't see this. I just use these little glass squirter bottles. Pardon me. And I gotta fill this one up. Alright. This is great for everything, especially from popcorn to your body. I'm speaking through a Shure microphone right now, and it's got a USB-C cable going to my iPad. So last week I just spoke straight into the iPad speaker, and in the past I haven't noticed really a difference, but I'm going to see if I can notice a difference this time or not. Oil's good. I like rubbing organic oils on my body, like coconut, olive, sunflower. Look at my. It's funny. One camera catches a little more than the other one. And that feeling in your body is the crime scene. I'm not an alcoholic. That's really no. No, I do not drink beer or alcohol. I just drink one glass or zero of organic wine a day generally. Usually zero. It's kind of a meal supplement. I'm an organic vegetarian, so I've got a very different diet. I eat spirulina for beta carotene and gluten. I eat pink salt, table salt. I eat kelp for iodine. I don't know. I gotta take calcium and C and D and B12 every day. So it's kind of an ordeal. Like a healthy vegetarian is sort of an ordeal because it's hard to get protein and it's impossible to get B12. And it's impossible to get iodine. Table salt is not on a certified USDA vegetarian, or just organic diet, I should say. Table salt's not organic, so I'm gonna eat it. And that's where you get iodine. So I have to supplement it with kelp instead. So yeah, I gotta make like a kelp supplement and take that. And then my tea routine and coffee routine and everything else is pretty important too in the vegetarian diet. It's tough because meat provides a different fuel source. But I'm glad I don't eat it, I don't miss it, I don't worry about it. I just need what I need and I need to ingest it and move on with my life. I'm not preachy about it. I don't need to kill anything to eat and survive anymore. I never did. And humans haven't for a while, but we used to, I think, maybe. But maybe not anymore, so maybe it's something people should think about. I know I said there was going to be some music last week, and I ended before music, and that's sometimes, change of plans. But I did record and upload about a 30-minute music clip the other day. So go check that out if you want, if you feel robbed. Yeah, I made it up to you. And I teach guitar lessons, so I have a website called playguitarlessons.com, and got a lesson here in a couple days. And so it's an exciting job, and I enjoy it. I've done it for a long time, and I'd be happy to take on more students if you want to learn how to play the guitar. I know how to teach. And in fact, I'm working on a master's here soon to teach big kids, college kids. So that'll be exciting. Nothing like teachers, continuing to learn how to teach and stay in the teaching room. It's kind of what I've done for a long time. Because I've been like a guitar teacher, but I've also taken teaching credential courses. I got a teaching credential in California, and master's courses, and then undergrad courses again. I'm done with that. Finally. Yeah, this week is my last week of undergrad school at University of Hawaii. That was exciting. I still have some papers to write, which is fine. I've got 2.5 days to get home. 3 days. 15th at midnight, so whatever that is. Stoked on that. It'll be nerve-wracking to work on them and have a deadline and want to do well, but it'll be a relief to get it all done. Yeah. I mean, I think I've got like a dozen papers, 400 papers to write. I like writing and I type very fast, so it should be fine. I mean, there's some issues I'm thinking about and dealing with that I'm not going to talk about right now, but I will later. Just the way it is. Some things are personal, private, some things I write a poem about, and I stay quiet about it. Something I think about and talk about. But I will. I'm just sure I'm processing it and figuring out how to synthesize it and disseminate it. If it's true, if it's in me and it's important. So, again, this is me, Jason, for podcast number 2. Great. I need a therapist to tell them about a whole bunch of stuff that I think about, thought about, and dig it off the chest. Yeah. I was gonna call them today. I got a number. So I will call them today, which is yesterday and not today. Since we're from midnight. Call them when they open. Good. Man, TV is bugging me. I don't know if it sucks that TV is so bad now. It's really depressing and disappointing. And it's not me. I don't know. It's not me per se. It's these people. It's just they focus on some weird stuff and they're real smart. Some of them. And they're so big on these certain people and so down on these other people. It's exhausting. It's like, God, can't you just stop majoring in the minors? These are like partisans, and they're Zionist fundamentalists, and they're Democrats, Republicans, depending on the channel. Establishment or whatever. So they're pretty biased, these news people. It's a shame Fox, CNN, and MSNBC are like major news sources because it's kind of tabloidy, TMZ-ish. Like all of those three news stations I think, is basically what TMZ was doing decades ago. They're like the new TMZ, or it's sort of like a gossip train, and people want the latest scoop on who said what, and what's gonna happen, what people are saying will happen next. It's really stupid. And it's a shame that there's enough audience and participants that don't say, you guys are idiots. This is really stupid. You should let different people in here. And y'all should cycle out a lot faster. Because I can't see this. I'd rather move to another country than see this. This weird shit on the news and people going through the same hardships again and again. The same smug rich people on one channel, and the same religious, spacey, right-wing people on one channel, and kind of pseudo-newsy minority, anti-right other news channels. I have to supplement that with like the written news to find out what's actually going on. And then, if you've never been on Twitter, Twitter's a place where a lot of news amplification accounts like to tweet like one picture and a sentence and just get people emotional and get people respond to it, or check their temperature, see what they say. And it's funny how that people react to that. So many people do. At least according to the numbers that are written. Like they could be fake, or they could be bots. It could be a combination. Don't let anything uncensored. Remember, there's a place between the lobes of your brain here that you can think about. Anything that tries to throw you off balance. And that's probably the most centered place inside of your body. The place inside of your brain. Between the two lobes. So remember that when psychopaths come after you, they want you to itch, or twitch, or grab something out of your behind, because that's what happens. And I'll read you what happened to me and what happened to my mom, and what my uncle knows, and others know, and before as much as I do. Ready? I wrote it down the other day. I was just spitballing, so I'll read it. I can read it in the order that it came to me as well. What you said, huh? What? How am I talking about? BS, pains, terror. Alright, let me back up just a little bit and finish off this. I've got 4 relatives in the Gastrich family from the military. My grandpa, my 2 uncles, and my dad. And one of my uncles helped my dad get some sort of machine that he tortured my mom with. And she told me about it and said he was going to use it on me one day. When I started telling people what he did to us. And my uncle talked to me about it, and my grandpa talked to me about it, because he used it on both of them, and they hated it. And so this is the bullshit that it does. Itchy nose, itchy head, dots on abdomen, scratch marks on abs, nipple pain, circular pains on fingers, tooth gum, whole ache, eye itch, red marks by feet, hip pain, inflamed feet, stabbing pain in the back, tickle on chin, pain in neck, tickle on face, dumb noises, dumb voices, dumb words. Dumb smells, sore throat, dumb sound, toe pain, ball pain, turd in butt, turd on shoulder, turd on back, spider on back, turd on head. So, what the hell? Alright, what I just read to you are weird pains and feelings that my father is able to convey to people with a box. And only those words are only attached to it because it's what he said in advance to my mother and me. What those feelings mean. He said, when you feel this, this is what it means. So he's a psychopath, and so he wanted to not only predict how he was going to harm us and terrorize us, but he also wanted to explain the metaphors and the feelings that this stupid, pathetic machine was going to make us feel and how we should interpret those. Otherwise, they wouldn't have any meaning at all. And now apparently this is some sort of adapted, at least to me, I'm not a soldier. Apparently it's some sort of adapted AWOL machine for AWOL soldiers. And that's what it was designed for. And it's computerized where it measures different things and sends different waves. And is in conjunction with some other equipment as well, microphones or whatever, who knows. But basically the actions of a scared old man that's very afraid to go to prison for the crimes that he committed against his wife and his kid. And so yeah, making me look incredible, or there's really a litany of things. It's going to be a long, involved case. You don't know what it's like to have a psychopath as a dad, because sometimes a psychopath wants you to prosper, and sometimes the psychopath wants you to fail. And the psychopath, like my dad, that's demented and perverted, has no trouble doing very harmful, disgusting, weird things to people like me, and thinking it's perfectly okay and he should get away with it. And those things don't cross the mind of an ordinary person. And it's way over the line of what people accept as normal. So yeah, I'm stoked that I get the chance to say these things about this gross machine that it makes people feel disgusting things. Like my mom hated it, I hate it. Pervert uses it on innocent victims. And that's why I flew to Al Cajon 3 weeks ago and told the police about him. And that's why I told the Portland police about him. And I tried to describe this and the machine and everything the best I can. I'm really normally at a loss and don't really understand and don't know what to do or say or think. They seem undermanned, ill-equipped, and ready to throw in the towel. But they're very good listeners, or not very good, but good listeners. Excuse me. Yeah, I didn't feel like the police officers like rushed me out of the room per se. And they could have gotten more information out of me if they would have asked more questions. They weren't really, they were mailing it in a little bit, with all due respect. Now, that's not to say, the case in El Cajon is supposed to be in the hands of an investigator now. I need to talk to the people in Portland and see if the police here have put it in the hands of an investigator also, because it very well could. Yeah. It's a shame. It's a shame to have to create and also try to make a living and plan to make a bigger living and have a career when you're going through so many things. Not only are you a victim that wasn't allowed to be a victim until now, or recognize that you were a victim until now, but you find that not only just over the last about a year or two, but even since you're a baby, you recall your mom telling you about the terrible ways your father harmed you that were also took the way of the rapes until now, until 50. And those things are provable too. It's not like I can't show people these spots on my body and they can't figure out that they occurred a very long time ago, along with the anal rectal damage that occurred 44 years ago. Has been a clear path, exit only, ever since those horrible times ended. My mom thought that was going to incarcerate my dad one day, and she thought she would be dead, but he really wanted her gone and dead when I turned 50 and woke up because he brainwashed me to not even think about it until I turned 50. And that she said she would be my witness in court, and she would confirm that she said everything she said to me, and that everything happens that happens. And that was kind of a death sentence for her. She really stood up to my dad a lot. She really defied him a lot, and he was angry and didn't like it. And they fought a lot, they argued a lot. I left their house right before I turned 18 years old to go to college, and didn't move back. But I kept in touch. He thinks it's a matter of survival because he thinks that he'll get raped in prison and die, raped to death, because he thinks that child molesters like he is, and rapists, kids, raped and killed, and so he's been moving things around for decades to try to stay in the shadows and free and be ready at this time to present his innocence. He's the kind of psychopath that predicted a lot of this out loud to me and my mom. He was saying that he might show up to court in like a wheelchair or something. And then I just found that he was in the hospital a few months ago. So I was like, yeah, well, just have to have follows. It checks out. My mom said the same things too. It was really strange growing up in the household where I was abused as a little child, and there was a section of years where things were like chaos and haywire and out of control. And my mother was telling me plans for the future that I had to think about in 4 decades, and not until then. Because that would have informed my life a whole lot more if I would have thought about those things that I put off for 4 decades. And other people obviously thought about them, and some people knew about them. So that sort of put me at a disadvantage. And that was abusive as well, I've come to conclude. Well, this podcast will probably continue about 10 more minutes, and it'll probably end. I've got marks all over my body from being hit with a laser as a child, as a baby, and a child, and a kid. In fact, I think I was hit with that damn thing until I moved out of my parents' house. I think my mom was hit with it as well. My grandpa warned me about my father and about the laser that he used to blind himself and his brother, and it hit him with, and he showed me his skin and what happened to his skin. And his skin like boiled. I had never seen anything like it, and it was like, how do I explain it? Say if your skin could turn into a liquid for a split second and like drip and then stop, that's what it looked like around his body in certain places. He had, and he said that was due because he fell asleep or passed out, and one of his kids hit him with a laser when he was sleeping like that. His laser, the one he brought home after the Korean War, and said don't touch, don't use, don't mess around with. Isn't it cool kind of thing or whatever? So my father stole it, what's going to do, wound up with it, and has used it on me, all over my body, and it caused some issues, and I think that's provable, and I think I know how to treat it, and he told my mom how I can treat it. And it was basically with rubbing turmeric on it and eating oil with marijuana in it. And rubbing that oil on it. He said those would be the only things that could really heal it. And so right now, I feel that I'm being attacked by this stupid weapon here. And then I feel that I have been ever since I lived in Hilo. And I feel that my body, because of the previous attacks and assaults from childhood, it has evolved strangely and grown strangely, and I hold myself differently. I've got like 2 big marks on my back here from like scar marks my chiropractor marveled about that must have to do with laser and the lasers, the marks. And I've got right there, my knuckle right there, this finger, I think it ended up doing that, and my mom said that because of, it healed that because of the laser. Remember, my arms are 6'3", fingertip to fingertip, but my height is 5'10", because I got an injury playing football during my growth spurt before I got to my full height. But I was, like I said, I've got marks all over with that, and assaulted with this stupid thing. And they're sort of in various stages of healing or severity as well, I could say. I attributed a lot of my illnesses or things that I got over the last few decades to other things until now. I'm seeing them a lot differently. It's really a shame that my father is such a bad person. I'm writing letters this week to everybody who meets one, who thinks that he's a good person or might want to honor him or hang out with him or whatever, just because they need to know the truth. And I need to say it because they might wonder why I never said it. Because I wonder why they never stepped in or did anything to intervene. So I don't know. I already sent several letters, but I'm gonna make sure that everybody in my family and everybody in society hears the truth and knows what's going on. Because that's not right, and that's not how we roll in this country. People don't break their wife and their kid, and then just cruise through life like they didn't do it, and everything is good. It's not. It's not at all. Yeah, my mother died with surgery to fix the damage that was done in her rear end. And he wouldn't even let her tell people the name of the surgery. He made her say it's like diverticulitis surgery to hide what he did to her. Because, I don't know, she had friends in the Christian church and they were probably not too big on her. They didn't like her being abused. And they respected how she said anal sex was rape to her because she didn't want it. And he didn't care. And it ended up damaging her rectum and then requiring surgery, and then she died on the table. And she had a colostomy bag for a couple of weeks that was leaky and some issues. And had some pills she had to take, so I don't know, and I wasn't there, so I don't know exactly what happened to her. But she was a strong lady and could have lived longer, and I missed her. I love her. We had Mother's Day yesterday. And she loved me. She was in a terrible, terrible position when she figured out what happened and knew what happened to me. So I don't envy her or anything. She was, her grandma raised her, and her mom wasn't able to. In a little country town, North Carolina, and she moved out to California after getting married. And she really just didn't have the ability to. I'm not making excuses for her. I think she suffered a lot by acting like it didn't matter or that she was justified. And she was not justified for her avoiding telling the police the truth and leaving, because that would have been the right thing to do and the best thing to do. And if she would have had faith in God, God would have prospered her, protected her, and helped her. And she didn't want to have to move back to North Carolina or to Florida, which would have been absolutely fine. See, but what happened though is my father was and has always been a huge, huge liar. So he would lie to my mother and tell her things that I said that I never said. And he acted like he had a special deal with me made, and so he really tricked her into thinking that she needed to go along with us, and that I was on his side, and that I might be gay also. That was part of his nonsense. Is that his rape had something to do with me possibly or probably or whatever being gay, which I've never ever been gay or had any inclination to be gay. And she knew it, and she used to tease him and just like mock him and shake her head and go, "He's not gay. He's not gonna be gay." I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. It's just, the kid ain't gay. What you're doing, if you're trying to make him gay or not, but he's not. He likes girls. What's the fucking girl who's not? That's normal. Shooting's not normal. So yeah, I don't know if I have excuses for being heterosexual. If I need excuses, just happen that way. That's funny. I just saw John Oliver's TV show on Sunday night, and it was it's on HBO on YouTube. It's called Last Week Tonight, and there's a part on there about anal sex, and he actually fought it, and he was actually kind of opposed to it. Because he wasn't really addressing like the rape angle, he was addressing the consensual angle, that's why. But whoever he was quoting, somebody was saying like it was an unnatural way. They were basically saying in real like flowery, non-confrontational terms like how having anal sex could lead to like pain, and it's not, and damage, and it's really not meant for that, and stuff like that. So my father knows that too, and that's why he said people have a harem or had a harem and want to get a divorce and want to marry a young person and blah blah blah. Want to have a lot of money so they can keep getting younger people to cornhole and whatever you want to call it. No, I'm not anti-gay. BK all you want. It just doesn't. Why would it bother me? Why would anybody care about anybody else's sexual preference? But I don't know if people nowadays care or if they are as confident or whatever. You know what I mean? Dead air is perfect for podcasts. Everybody knows that. Yeah. When I was a kid, I got music lessons from a lady named Claudia Westland in Oklahoma, and she passed away. But she said that I was a prodigy, and I used to play in big music recitals and stuff. And it was kind of nerve-wracking playing piano in front of so many people. And my father used to freak out and say weird things and mess me up. It was a shame. But when I got older and picked up other instruments, I taught music lessons and organized like little get-togethers, and we'd all play together and jam, and that was fun. Sometimes the lesson would become like the practice for the rehearsal or for the jam, and or sometimes we'd meet too, but in advance and just rehearse together maybe once or get all the songs down and play together for an event or whatever. It's good. Growing my hair out long. That's the name of the podcast, right? Wait until my hair grows out. I'm gonna actually go and share that to there and share that to there. I'm just gonna keep this going out here on the back. I don't care. It'd probably be like a mohawk. Yeah, it would sort of be like a mohawk, or more like a mullet. Mohawk. What's the difference between a mohawk? Anyways, yeah, there's white hair here. I'm bringing a t-shirt. This damn white hair just right there, not anywhere else, is from sunscreen. I think it's, I could be wrong. And it could be from lasering as well, from you know who, Shitstorm. But that's what I think. I've thought that rubbing sunscreen into here, which I did when I was a kid, eventually caused these hairs to be white. But I don't know if I can prove it. It just seems that way, and it looks kind of like it. Like I rub my fingers, like how I did it. So I would say I'm fairly certain that's what happened. And I don't know if it was the type of lotion I used, or if it was a one-time thing when it happened, or if it probably happened quite a bit over time. And I think it's really a risk and probably unwise to rub sunscreen into your hairline, even though I was told to do that as a kid. It turns your hair white. Maybe that's what happened to Anderson Cooper, I don't know. I was showing that. Yeah, so I'll probably just go and shave it right back to here and go and keep that like that. And then just grade this out a few inches and then just maybe go snip. What do I do? My last do. My final do. Alright, well, one thing I was trying to get to earlier that I didn't quite get to was my body. I'm going to take a video, record another video of my body and just how it's so strange before I try again, I hope for the last time, to radically fix it. And so, pardon me. In other words, due to the assaults by my father that were unknown to me, generally until my mother told me or until I acquired an injury that pointed towards a weakness that was there because of the assault, secret assault. My body evolved differently, so I stand differently. My ex-wife could probably spell it out really nicely for you. Just how I kind of rock sometimes, or stand like in an A-frame position. Some of my friends who hung out with me know about those idiosyncrasies. Or I'll hold my arm like this, also because my shoulder is a little bit out because of the injury to my shoulder playing football when I was 16. And how it recovered and what happened and stuff, the days surrounding it. Yeah. It's really a shame that a father would get off on causing their son pain as a child, physical pain. That's really, really pathetic. And my mom kept telling me how God was going to judge him for everything he did, and he's going to be in big, big trouble after he dies. And God's probably going to bless me or do something really special for me or in heaven because I had to deal with this and other people don't. That was my mom's opinion as a Christian. My dad was going to be judged hardcore by God for his actions against us. Two people that love him never did anything wrong to him, never threatened him, never hit him, never drugged him, poisoned him, said we were going to do anything to him, or anything like that. Just tried to live there peacefully like normal people. And he claims to be a victim that in turn victimized others. But they're just psychopath, that's it. People that not arrested, something else there. So yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame as a poet. It's a shame as the most prolific poet alive that somebody told me how to interpret symbols and thoughts and feelings and twitches and itches and other shit. Because I got it. I got it, man. I got it. Thanks. Pretty fun. It's exciting writing poetry books and publishing them. I've written a whole lot. And I'm gonna keep writing too. Yeah. Looks like it'll be my 36th poetry book and 71st book overall, or 72nd. Obviously. Yeah. And I've written almost 100 poems, 99 poems. And I think I want to write about 6 more, give or take. And then I'll publish it. It's going to be called School's Out Forever. The reason why I chose that name is because I'm done with my undergrad school. Unless I just go to a junior college for a certificate or something to brush up on the skills, I don't see myself going back to undergrad school ever. I just want to go to grad school, my master's, and move on with my life. Next week, I intend on broadcasting this earlier, and I'll play a bit of guitar beforehand. That'll be fun and good, yeah. Yeah. Can't tell you how many of these podcasts there will be. I think I can probably commit to at least about a month or so. Maybe a month or two. Yeah. I had another little session like this too, like when I lived in Kauai and I stayed in a condo there in Kapa'a. I broadcast a series of sessions from there. That was during COVID days. So about maybe 5 years ago. But even though I feel like I'm being attacked, literally physically my body here, and I've got to become emaciated to fix it, I don't mind talking or showing you what's going on or being honest. Yeah, my mom said the same thing. You want me to be emaciated? But I've got lasering from everything from this part here to the way I stand that could be corrected or or improved if I'm really, really, really lean, like ultra lean. But who knows how I'm gonna look, because my eyes will look sunken in, my face will look sunken in. I do want to get leaner, like a little normal leaner. I'm pretty lame as it is, you know. But I understand though too, like America lean isn't necessarily like lean. So whatever, I don't mind losing 5 or 10 more pounds, but I think that losing like 10, 25, or 30 pounds is what we're talking about to truly get down low enough. Because there's muscles inside my body that never developed, and I've got these 2 bones here that stick out. I'm gonna show you. These bones here